Good. Aaliyah's tracking. Aaliyah's tracking, waiting on 3. Cool. Some quick training for you. Can you stay with me? We saw a problem just like this, Amia, on the state exam. There were many, many different ways when we graded this, Brandon, that scholars solved. And so what I want us to think about today is looking at a problem like this, which was essentially like the crux of what we did in 7th grade, right? Something like this once you reread it once. The major part, Brandon, of what we did in 7th grade, there were multiple ways to solve this. So here's my challenge to you. I'm going to give you 4 minutes, silent and solo. Solve this problem on your own. If you're a high flyer, you're probably trying more than one way to solve it. So you might want to start by separating your page. Leave this space down here blank, as we'll be taking notes later on the different methods to solve it. Cool. 4 minutes, silent and solo. As soon as we get to 100%, James, come on. Go. Good. Immediately, Deja, they got started. Nicole is getting her first annotation down. Deja, I appreciate your patience. I'll be right with you. Alex, merit for urgency and discipline. Melina, merit for urgency. Aiden, you as well. Excellent. Good, Montserrat. Good, Harp. Good. Brandon's annotating, making sure he has an understanding of what the question is. I want you guys to be taking notes in the different methods. We'll call each of these methods 1, 2, and 3. And I want you to be noting what is the method or the strategy, David, that this person uses. So we're going to start right away with Kiani, which is a method that I think a lot of people use. Snap if you use some sort of percent or percent bar model here. So Kiani, your final answer would have been 7 68 hundredths or $7.68, which is the correct final answer. Take 15 seconds to take some quick notes. This is method number 1. We're calling hers method number 1. If I stole your paper, take her some notes somewhere else. What strategy did she use here? Good. Every single person is writing some notes, and I'm going to cold call. What would you call this strategy? How would you describe her strategy? Sit down. What do you notice that she had to do here in order to find her final answer? Those are all things you're jotting down in the next 10 seconds. Good. Good. Yep. Pause pencils in 3, 2, 1. What would you call this strategy, and what do you need to be able to do to solve this well? Alex, pause your pencil, track Alex on the side. Nicole, super fast tracking from you. Sergio is locked in, tracking Alex. Waiting on 2.
I think she's like finding the percent, or like, cause like what she did in her first, like the first like method is what she's doing. She's trying to find like what percent the 4 and 5 cent dollar, 4.05 plays in this like role and like the percent it is, so she could use it for the
Spot on. Alex, I'm going to pause you there. Indeed, she found the percent part first. You can add this to your notes. Percent part first, and then she applied that, Estefano, to the new total to find just the amount that she'd have as her tip. So we can use a percent bar model, Ryan, to solve this problem. Beautiful. Make sure you update your notes and you have that as one method. Let's take a look at the second scholar's method. This was Ryan's awesome work. So it's a little bit small. We're going to zoom in for him. What would you call this method? And what do you have to know how to set up to solve correctly? Ryan, no, this is your work. Aiden. It's a ratio table, right? And what did Ryan actually have to do to solve? Ryan, I'll let you explain. Go ahead.
For the ratio table, and then you gotta find the unit rate. And I use 2 separate models to show the 2 different steps. First, find the unit rate of the first bill, and then find the amount of tip for the second bill.
So smart, right? 2 different ratio tables here to find the amount on the second bill. Last one I'll show you. This is Melina's work. What method did Melina use here? She got the right final answer. What method did she use? What did she set up here? Aiden, what did she set up? She set up a proportion. And actually, she set up a proportion to find the percent and then apply that percent. Did anybody just set up a proportion? Like a normal proportion? I'll show you my work for that. You did? Mm-hmm. Good. So, Harp, you would have set up a proportion. What did your proportion look like? Can you read it off to me?
I said 4 and 5 hundredths over 22 and 5
Yep.
10
Equals what?
equals x over 42 and 68 hundredths.
X over 42 and 1600. So you were looking for that x value.
Yeah.
Here's what I want you to talk about with your partner. Pause your pencils, even if you didn't take down the full notes. Good, you guys with me? She's tracking me already. Amina's locked in. I'm scanning for this side of the room. McKenna, sit all the way up, please. Good. Why can I use any of these methods? Think through those three: percents, proportions, or ratio tables. Why, Jaden, can I use any of those three to correctly solve this problem? You're gonna have a minute with your partner. Both partners should speak. Turn. Drivers talk.
Because all of them pretty much doing the same status.
What's the relationship? What do you guys think? What's the relationship? I'm gonna call him. What did you guys think? Why do you
Because they're gonna have
Ryan, just your partners. Ryan, thank you.
they're gonna have the same step, so just forms.
Finish up your conversations. Turn voices off. Track me up front. Good. And that's tracking me. Amina's tracking me. I'm scanning. Why can I use all three methods? How are these related? Track Keanu to start. Good. Amina's super fast tracking from you. David's tracking. Markel's there.
I said that I said
For Jackie.
Montserrat and I said that the similarity between all these three methods is that they all find some sort of rate that you can use. Because like the first method, mine, I found not a rate, but like it was a number that technically it was a rate because I could use that number for any time that they would have came back to the store and multiplied that. And in the second one, they found, Ryan found the unit rate. So one, that's the unit rate, and you know unit rate, you find the unit rate, then you could multiply the unit rate by any number to find the total for a whole other subject. And the same thing for the proportions. We found a number that we could incorporate it to find other totals.
Build on that. Track Harvey is on the side. Good, David, super fast tracking from you. Alex, you're locked in. Excellent. We got almost 100%. Middle column, we need you. Go ahead.
I agree. Sergio, Chris, and I said that like it's all in all of them. You'll have to have like pretty much the same steps you're taking. So first you're finding the rate, and then you're finding pretty much the answer. And we all got the same answer. The only thing that's different is the form you're doing it. That's what you said. It's only the form that's changing it, because in the if we're doing the bar model, like the percent bar model, we were just finding the percent of what the percent, which was the rate. For the ratio table, we were finding the unit rate, and for the proportion, like that one, we were divided by 100.
I want to hold it on this percent thing. I would argue that a percent is a ratio. How is a percent a ratio? Track Alex on this side. Good, Alex, you're going to close this out, and then we're going to just do a quick reflection. Good. Aaliyah's there, waiting on 2. Yeah, you get there.
Okay, so a percent is similar to a ratio table because like, if you think about it, both of them are like they all connect because they're trying to find like the unit rate or like like a similar somewhat unit rate. Like X is like when you're finding X, you're sort of like finding a unit rate. When you're finding and like that's the same thing that goes for like in the percent problem and the proportions. So like you're basically they all connect. You're just trying to find the unit rate.
How can I write 18% as a fraction? Danica? Doesn't that look like a ratio? Haven't we written ratios as fractions?
Yeah.
No.
You definitely not. Markel, the key here is that scholars got really, really creative, Ife, and they were able to figure out, I can solve this in multiple different ways. Whatever my brain gets closest to is how I'm going to try and solve this. What I want you guys to do now is flip to your page, do a quick reflection. What was difficult or easy about this problem? Good. Aaliyah's flipping her page. Jonathan's flipping his. You're just answering question number 1. What was difficult about this problem? And then you can also tell me what was really easy, what came to you naturally. We're taking 2 minutes, silent and solo. Go. Good. Amia. super focused. Back in. Back in. Good. Yep. Sergio's done. He's almost finished with that first sentence. Please make sure your voice is off. If you just came back in, you can go ahead and take a look at that first problem. Okay. So I want you to just think what would be easy or difficult about these different problems.